Air Canada's future presents excellent opportunities, but equally a lot of focus on emerging competition and strategic investments that could really be make or break. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Trying to push for 60,000 here on GlobeTrotting. Unveiled in its 2024 Investor Day, Air Canada was able to discuss the next decade of its business, as it attempts to solidify its position as one of the biggest airlines in North America. The airline will, A, lower costs, and B, expand its network by focusing on fleet modernization. However, there's a huge focus also on enhancing the customer experience, for which the airline has recently copped a lot of flack for. Underlying the airline's ambition is a hope to achieve $30 billion in revenue by 2028, a significant effort, and given the flag carrier, something to work towards. Why not begin with the fleet? Central to Air Canada's growth strategy is introducing 67 new generation aircraft by 2028, ranging from your 787s, A321XLRs, and A220s. These aircraft promise much improved fuel efficiency over the planes that they are replacing, and their arrival will also facilitate renewal efforts right around the business. The A220s and A321XLRs in particular, with the latter not being delivered yet, will play a crucial role in serving some of your more medium-haul routes and also thinner markets, which of course do still require connectivity, but maybe not to the extent of a wide-body plane. These aircraft will be even more crucial when you do consider Air Canada's announcement that it wants to reposition its 737 fleet towards the leisure branding of Rouge moving forward, enabling greater optimization, but also now a heavier reliance on Airbus's single-aisle planes. As for wide-bodies, well, the 787-10 will boost capacity across key markets and enable the airline to finally serve locations that may now be considered out of reach, largely due to a limitation in aircraft availability. However, the planes will also allow Air Canada to remain competitive. Remember, they're still in an industry where airlines across North America and key international markets that the flag carrier serves continue to advance and attempt to threaten their own market share. The major fleet modernization across the long term should improve the airline's financial performance, lowering costs where possible, and trying to at least also increase customer satisfaction levels, driven thanks to other enhancements and flexibility. Next on the list is Air Canada's network, with the expansion strategy to really leverage Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver to connect Canada with major international markets, all the while also trying to beef up that all-important domestic schedule. The airline aims to capture larger share of traffic, where passengers transit through Canadian airports en route to other global destinations. According to the airline's latest estimates, the market is projected to contribute $900 million in additional revenue. It'll help grow Canada as an end destination, but also really importantly as a fantastic bridge. With the introduction of ultra-long-range aircraft such as the XLR, Air Canada is now poised to serve new direct routes to high-growth regions. While not just with this plane, many others will enable new services to Asia, Europe, South America, and more. These aircraft enable the airline to target underserved or emerging cities. By doing this, there should be an ability to strengthen the global market and compete with airlines that are looking at the end of the day to do something very similar. Air Canada is committed to elevating passenger satisfaction through investments in its onboard product and service offerings, which could range from seating to technologies at around the airport. In recent times, most Canadians would tell you that the service of their flag carrier for the premium price point has dropped quite significantly, from onboard experience to customer support, and I definitely don't like diving into my opinion, but some of the experiences I've personally had with Air Canada are absolute horror stories. Being out thousands of dollars, sleeping on an airport floor, and being forced to do a road trip for 10 hours because of incompetence by the flag carrier. Those are 3 experiences. And newsflash, I'm not Canadian. I don't fly them that often. And if those are my 3 experiences, I would hazard to guess that a lot of people have had some pretty bad times with them as well. It's something that we all know needs to change, and I think Air Canada knows as well. They're investing pretty heavily to maintain a brand reputation that continues to take hit after hit, and if reputation diminishes, well, the carrier will risk losing market share as customers turn to competitors with greater reliability and a focus on the people. A $1 billion investment in fleet-wide enhancements, including cabin interior upgrades, improved seating, and fast Wi-Fi, will all take place in the next few years. These are just some of the many attempts on board to grow satisfaction levels, but obviously much more needs to be done just than this. Air Canada will invest also in several of its hubs across the country to put in work behind the scene. They also want to expand premium seating options in business and premium so they can cater to some of those travelers that really want that improved experience. These adjustments align with an increase in premium revenue that Air Canada believes will come in at the range of 24% by 2028. This is ambitious, but the airline will feel it's well positioned to do this thanks to the recent trend of revenue increases right across the industry. Arguably, one of the more exciting endeavors for the company is looking beyond 2030, with the planned launch of ultra-long-haul flights that will reshape its current long-distance capabilities. These routes, facilitated by next-gen planes, are aimed at connecting Canada directly to destinations such as those within Southeast Asia, Australia, and Africa, without a single stop, freeing up existing planes to serve other markets in a more adequate manner. For Air Canada, the ability to operate long-haul flights is a new opportunity to serve new markets for the very first time and give it unprecedented control of locations while fending off competition at the same time. Ultra long-haul flights are expected to become a competitive advantage as more people travel and seek more direct connections, rather than being forced to say stop occasionally. The specifics of these flights are yet to be determined, and this shouldn't be a shock given the time frame for launch being some time away. However, nevertheless, it remains a pretty important and exciting focus. While pursuing ambitious growth through its network and fleet, Air Canada remains committed to financial discipline as well. It knows this is a core principle to ensure longevity. As part of the all-important discipline, the carrier plans to keep capital expenditures below 12% of revenue and achieve a free cash flow margin of 5% by 2028 as well. Strategic measures are set to be pivotal, including your sale-leaseback transactions, fleet ownership optimization, and making sure that there's value for shareholders and investments can be sustained. While this may not be as exciting to hear as your fleet and route modernization, it is very important and something that Air Canada definitely did discuss in its Investor Day presentation. Operational reliability will be another fundamental part of their focus as they try to find ways to optimize their schedule and improve on-time performance. This has already increased 17 percentage points since 2017, but the airline wants to continue improving. This has already increased by 17 percentage points in recent years, but the airline wants to keep improving that. The next decade will be important for Air Canada. It believes it has all the fundamental pieces to advance further. Important pillars such as fleet modernization and growth, network optimization, and investments in the airline's customer experience will be huge. Moreover, there are still exciting endeavors, don't worry. We do have the prospects of launching ultra long-haul flights in the future from 2030 onwards that present opportunities for the Canadian flag carrier to be seen in new and emerging markets in the future. I'd really love to hear your take. What do you believe the next 10 years look like at Air Canada, and do you feel there should be some focuses that maybe I haven't explored? Or are you really in the camp that fleet modernization is key? Maybe you're one that's had some terrible experiences with the airline and want them to focus better on having a improved operation for their consumers. Thanks a lot for watching. Do take care. Do also be safe. I'll see you in a couple of days right back here on GlobeTrotting.